Hello everyone, I am Snigdha Kakkar and this is my channel Accelerate AI Careers. Today we are going to solve a very interesting lead code problem. It's a medium level problem. Lead code 79 word search has been an all-time favorite for Amazon, Microsoft, Google, Meta in last 6 to 12 months for their interview rounds. Now let's look at what does the question say. So you have been given an M by N grid as shown here in example, which is called board, and a string word. So a target word has also been given to you, similar to what you do in your board games, right? Similar to that, you have to find that target word. If that target word occurs in that board in M by N grid, then you return true. If you do not find that word, then you return false. The word can be constructed in any direction using sequentially adjacent cells. That is, you can use linear cells, whether it could be horizontal or vertical neighboring. The same letter cell may not be used more than once. So if you have already used this A, then you cannot come back and use it again in a circular fashion. You can use one letter at a time only. Now, you must be wondering, there could be several ways to solve this question and there could be a very efficient way to solve this question. So let me resolve that myth. There is no optimum way to solve this question, and we're going to use our brute force approach of backtracking, or recursive backtracking, I should say, to solve this question. So if you have a better approach than backtracking, mention them in the comments. Let me explain you the approach I'm going to use to solve this question. Let's look at this example 1. This is the board given to you, and the string given to you is this A, B, C, C, E, D. And you have to find the occurrence for it in the board. So how would you go about it if you were not a coder but just a person solving this question on a newspaper? Suppose you would look at the target word and the first letter A, and you would start going across the board and start finding the occurrences of A. So I found 2 occurrences of A. Then after finding the occurrences of A, I start looking at the neighbors for the next letter is B. So the next letter B, for this A, none of its neighbors, whether it's horizontal or vertical, none of its neighbors are B. So I move towards the second A. I check this second A's neighbors and I find that towards its right, there is this letter B, which is in line with the target string given to you. So I go ahead with this path and I'm saving this path somewhere in a set or in a list where I'm saving that I have gone through this index and I found this path. Now I go towards the third letter, which is a C. I look for all the neighbors of B, horizontal and vertical, and see if there is any C. So I find a C directly linear to it, and I move towards that and save it in the path. Now I look for the neighbors of C to find the next C, and I find it just below it. After that, for E, I again find it just below it, and then D, I find it just to the left of it. So I have found the entire target string, and thus I can return true. So this is the exact approach we are going to use to code as well. We are first going to initialize 2 variables, rows and columns, to save the rows and column dimensions of our boards. After that, we are going to search this board for these letters of word which we'll loop through. So we'll start with 0th index and move towards the next index, find that letter, move towards the next index, find that letter, and go on till the last index. If we are able to find a matching string, then we return true. If we are unable to find that matching string and we have exhausted all our options, then we return false. Before coding, let me explain you the time complexity for this question. Since the board is of size n by n, so your time complexity here will be O of n into m, since you are looping through this entire grid. So O of n into m, but you are also looping through the string, right? So you will be looping through the entire string to see if there is a matching variable. So your DFS, or your depth first search function, which would be internal to this function, will be relying on length of word, and this length of word will be called 4 times because you will be checking all the 4 directions. You will be running depth first search on the top neighbor, you will be running depth first search on the bottom neighbor, you will also be running depth first search on the right neighbor and left neighbor. So you will be running it 4 times, hence the time complexity for depth first search would be 4 to the power length of word, and the depth first search, the entire time complexity would be O of n into m into 4 raised to power length of word. I know it's not the most time efficient solution, but this is an optimum solution which we have. So let me explain it to you with the code. First of all, I will initialize my rows and columns, which would be length of board and length of first row of the board. After that, I will initialize my path, which would be a set, where I'll be capturing what all I have already covered, which all values or which all indices I have already come across in the board. After that, I will run my nested DFS function, where I'll pass three variables, r comma c, that is my current row, current column, and I, which is my current index in my string in my word. So which index I'm at. Now my first success condition would be if I is equal to length of word. In that case, I have covered the entire word and found it in the board. So I have already achieved what I wanted to achieve. I found the word, so I can just return true. Now what would be my fail condition? So if r is less than 0, that is out of bound, or c is less than 0, or r is greater than equal to rows, or c is greater than equal to columns, or word I is not equal to the word found on the board C, or the last condition would be that RC is already in the path. That is, you have come across an element which you already crossed, which you already came across, and duplication is not allowed. In all these cases, you have to return false. So these are all your edge cases. After that, you will start with backtracking and you add this path R comma C to your set. After this, you need call DFS for the next index, that is I plus 1th index. And on what R comma C will you call the DFS? So you'll call DFS upon all the neighbors of R comma C. So DFS R plus 1, C, I plus 1, DFS R minus 1. So you initially checked for next row neighboring neighbor, and then now you are checking above row neighbor. Now you will check next column neighbor. So you'll keep R as it is, C plus 1, I plus 1. And now you will check for previous column neighbor. That's it. So you are basically running DFS for 4 times. Instead of these commas, there would be or, my mistake. So you basically run DFS to check for all the neighbors. And after that, whatever you added to the path, you have already handled it. You don't need it anymore, so you can remove it. That's how DFS works, right? Because you are doing backtracking. So you remove R comma C, which you had already added. And now you can return the result. Now you will run your loop. So for R in range rows, for C in range columns, and then if DFS R comma C comma 0 return true. So at any point of time in any RC, this value comes as true. That means you have covered the entire length of the string word and you have come across it in the board. So you have gotten true and you can return true. And why I added 0 is because in your string you will start from 0th index, right? Hence I call DFS from index 0. And now if you do not get true anywhere, then you can return false. The time complexity, as I already explained you, is O of n into m, where n is your number of rows, n is your number of columns, and 4 raised to power whatever length of word is. So these many times you are running the DFN, so that's fine. I hope you understand the solution. So let me just run it and then submit. So it's working well. So let me just review the code again for you. So basically I initialized rows and columns first. Rows as length of board and columns as length of board 0. I also initialized my set path to document the values I have already come across. And then I wrote my internal DFS function where I passed R comma C comma I, where I is the index of the word which I am finding in the board. And then I check if I has reached the length of word, that is it has found the entire word, I can return true. Else I handle all the edge cases, and in all the edge cases I return false. Either it is out of bound, or word of I is not equal to board RC, or my RC is already in path and I have come to it second time, which is not allowed. Then I start with my DFS. I add that RC to my path, call DFS on all the neighbors, which is R plus 1, R minus 1, C plus 1, C minus 1 for index I plus 1. And finally, when I've dealt with R comma C, I don't need it anymore. I can remove it from the path and can return that. Now I just need to call this DFS function. So how do I call it? I run for R in range rows, for C in range columns, and I check if DFS R comma C comma 0 starting from 0th index, have I gotten true anywhere? If I have gotten true, then I return true, else I return false. That's my entire code. I hope you understand it. If you have any doubts, ask them in the comments and be happy to address it. If you like my way of solving problems, subscribe to my channel to keep me encouraged to make such videos and also to get your notifications daily for your daily LeetCode channels. Thank you.